marriages. I've been in 2 relationships and not boyfriend and girlfriend. No. So that anybody that is watching this now will not say, hey, married. No, not boyfriend and girlfriend. Relationship that were meant to lead to marriage. Okay?
I started building relationship with his siblings. We don't mind that. Say, it's our brother in the marriage.
You already have in-laws. Even before they propose to hey, exactly.
There was nothing really there to say he's not the one, right? So I was just waiting for him to like pop the question. That was literally it.
And he never.
No, never, ever. I was trying to build my CV for future. Like when I'm done with NYSC, I can start applying for jobs. So they had a program, and they're like, okay, so if after we've had this program, you still need assistance with your CV, call this admin number. That was how I got my husband's number.
Hey, what me? No, what me? Are you serious?
I'm telling you, that was how I got his number. I don't know him from Adam.
Hi family members, welcome back to part 2. If you have not watched the first part of this particular conversation, I think it would be okay for you to pause here and please go and watch the first part. It's very important so that you are able to really understand the line of conversation. Okay, I hope you have been enjoying this episode so far. Do let me know in the comment section. Please remember to subscribe, share and like this video. Drop a comment also so that I know that you are really learning. Thank you very much.
Certificate on time. You better be thanking God. You want to go back and say you work on it. You will sleep. For me, I shall said, oh God, me, I'm going to school. I don't know anybody. I don't have money to pay anybody, but I'm going to school. Right? Me, I'll come back and tell people that I changed my I changed my course. I changed my record and all that. So by the time I go back, and you know how it's very praying to God about something is actually very key. Yeah. And I think I've been doing prayer since
it's very key
100 level because I've heard stories of people that graduated and for a long time they're not able to get their certificate, one issue or the other. I'm like, I don't have time for that. I don't have the strength for that kind of back and forth, and I hate back and forth a lot. I hate it. Especially they are just on one issue and you're doing back and forth. For what? So I started my own prayer from that 100 level because I don't want to Allah. So as at the time I wanted to graduate, we had a deeper life sister that was working there. And she was one in charge of the issue, working on the results and all that. And we, even before she came to the school, we've already known each other. We've already built a relationship. Back then when I was in French school and I was attending the Central Fellowship. So we already knew each other. And the fact that I was English and I could speak French. So that made me to have friends quickly back then. Yeah. So I'd already built that relationship. So when I now saw her, I was like, wow, it's good to see that you're working here and all that. So for that period, I know funny enough, by the time I go back, she was no longer there again.
Wow.
That's after I finished my certificate, she had left or something. So for that period, I needed my certificate done, changed, and all that. She was there. But after that, she had left. So please, it's important to pray about something ahead, right? Invest in it. It works. So by the time I went back for that change of stuff, I think I still got Mr. A because he was doing a medical course. I know medical courses is longer
this time.
So and also that period there was an issue with medical school with accreditation and all that, and that was one of the major reasons why I left where it was in the first place to come to our school. So in fact I was feeling really bad for him that this issue is coming up again. Right, and we have a lot of our brethren that were in the medical departments to that period. So when I got back and we got to see and we were talking, and there was something, I don't know what, I tried again to just test him if we say no or yes. So but this time around he said no. Hey, God.
Unbelievable.
I'm like, our brother don't mature. It's okay. You're learning. Oh my God.
Oh God.
So but the point is, and after when I saw this, I was like, okay, that's good. And But then it still made me to, I still kept asking. I still had that, I'm here, I'm not here. Like, I think he's the one, I think he's not the one. We still continued in our relationship. So even at this time, also the issue that we reported ourselves to, that made us report ourselves to our leaders in church, we also told our parents. Like, so, but well, for him, I think he told his parents. For me, I told my mom, ja. I didn't tell my dad. I told my mom. So I think he also said he told his parents and possibly his siblings, or maybe it was only his siblings and not his parents. Ja. So, and as at this time, or back then in school, I started building relationship with his siblings. We don't mind that say it's our brother it's our brother in the marriage.
You already have in-laws even before they propose to. Hey, grab me.
The things that we do.
You're already being wife. Our sister, in your mind, you'll be like, that's my husband to be sister. Hey, husband to be brother.
So I had a good relationship with his siblings. He has two brothers and a sister. So I built relationship with them somehow, but sometimes I try not to do too much anyway. I try not to do too much because I actually hate being embarrassed or something. So so I just like maybe it's their birthday, say hello and all that. So at this point, I was now here or there. But then we had I had this what was it though? I don't know if I'd already gone for service here or okay, yes, because that I think that was the only way I could have gone for the program, gone for that. The leadership congress, yeah, leadership that is always like yearly that people from different countries come together to Lagos, but don't expect to come, So I think the first time I went for that program I volunteered, but right now I can't remember. Then the second time I went as a leader. I think that was during service year. So before all of you come and say I'm a leader. Anyway, so during service year, I was the how the way they used to call mommy and papi.
Mommy.
So I was the mommy for the campus, money for campus, for the campus fellowship back then. So I had the privilege of coming for that congress as a leader, and it was even mandatory. I had to come. So okay, so I think it was during the time I volunteered, not when I came as a leader, because I remember that time I volunteered, I was sick. So I just managed to come, and I had to go back to my service for what they call that in English, PCB and PBC. It was that I forgotten the one where you have to sign to collect your salary. You have to show face. So there's that period where you have to sign, right, for you to be able to get your allowance. So I had to go back. So I remember. So it's not that period. So it was that time I volunteered. So I think I had not gone for service at that time. It was during that waiting one day before I went for service. So at that time I met his parents. So he introduced me to his parents. For me, it felt golden, and for me, it was like another confirmation. Like, okay, what?
Different confirmation.
All these confirmations in God will help us.
Amen. No, because I would like to. Sometimes these things are. It's confusing. But see, anyway, let me not even start this conversation. Because you'll be seeing a lot of things that are pointing you to the fact that this is the person.
Like he's the one, he's the one. But you have to
confuse.
So now this is something that really saved me. You have to watch where it is coming from. That's the thing. So you have to reflect and know where it's coming from. So, but doesn't mean my relationship with God was still strong and still intact. But the fact that I introduced me to his parents, for me, it was like confirmation. Anyway, and that period, we prayed together. We prayed together. We had, in fact, there was one time we had one of the nights, we had this nighttime prayer. And we really prayed.
Sister Debbie, you don't work out. You were even doing led prayer together. Hey, everybody come and
I think tell you that, like, there was, as like, what is there to say that he's not the one? Do you understand? There was nothing really there to say he's not the one, right? So I was just waiting for him to like pop the question. That was literally it.
And he never.
I was no, never, ever, ever, ever. So we continued to pray together. In fact, in that congress, we prayed together. We raised prayer points till I went back. When I went back, we still talk, we still do stuff together and all that. When I went for service here, during that. So one thing I told myself, because I've heard many stories about service here, how people had encounters with God, that people's lives changed and all that. So I still knew that I was still a bit rocky in my spiritual life. I wanted more, right? So, and there was something one of my leaders said in the youth, one of my youth leaders, before I went for service, was like, Deborah, ensure you maximize your service here. Like, once you come back, the time that you have during the service here, you cannot get it back again. So this your service here you're going for, you're going to have time for yourself. Maximize it to the highest. So when I was going for service here, I had this mindset that God, this service here, it is me and you and nobody else. Like me and you, nobody else. And I prayed that I wanted to meet friends, because I've also heard of stories that it was during that 3 weeks of camp that people met friends that scattered their destiny, or they met friends that changed the course of their life and all that. I'm like, me, I don't want that kind of friend. I want the kind of friend that two of us will be strong spiritually, pray together, do things together in the word and all that, and we grow together. And I'm telling you, God answered my prayer. I met a friend, although till today, now after service here, we're no longer close, but I just knew that she was that friend for that season, right? That friend. It doesn't mean, but it doesn't mean that if I reach out to her, she won't say hello. In fact, she's in a different season of her life that I cannot even compare to, right? She's a mama of a ministry already. But at that time, she was not a mama of a ministry, and she was that friend I needed at that time, because I learned a lot from her, from just observing her and from just the things that she said, right? So for my service here, during that 3 weeks, I decided not to be calling people. In fact, I hardly charged my phone. My BlackBerry, once it went off like this, that time was BlackBerry time. Once my BlackBerry went off, I don't think I charged it till I left camp. I had one other small phone. So that was the one I was charging, so that my parents could reach out or say something. But people were asking for pictures. I didn't really snap pictures during that service. In fact, I think the 2 pictures I have, or maybe the one that you see online, is one that somebody snapped and maybe posted or shared with me. And as in, like, my mind was off of those things, right? My mind was off of those things because I had a ready mind. I had a mind to grow. I had a mind to be matured, not just spiritually, but also other areas, right? I wanted to build myself. So I took my NYSC as my service year as that opportunity to do that. And seriously, this was the year that I got the best clarity ever. Especially on this issue of Mr. A and I. So I went for service here, and so that period there was a break in communication between myself and Brother A. So by the time we resumed communication, he was like, you decided to hide away from us, or you decided to keep yourself from us and all that, and blah blah blah. Anyway, I was like, why now? And so I tried to pick up conversation, but somehow it wasn't just flowing like before. And but I still got there was one habit, or one, yes, let me say call it habits, or let me say a routine, a culture that I built, and it was based on something he advised me to do. So I also shared with him how I was trying to build myself, my relationship with God and all that and everything. So he was like, okay, this is the new thing that he has learned how to do, that I can try it out, which is by the time when I want to come to the place of prayer, don't just come and just pray And or even if you want to sing, just the normal singing that you sing, like you know how you just sing maybe one or two praises and then you jump into the prayer straight up. Like get songs, like deep worship songs. Play those songs. They could be an hour, they could be 30 minutes. Play those songs, worship God.
Launch you into the next realm.
Exactly. Yeah. And I learned that as an EB, me that I was trying to build. I really didn't know how to spend like 1 hour straight of myself. Apart from when we are in corporate
gathering,
prayer or something, like for myself, I didn't know how to do that. I like it somehow maybe at few minutes maybe I'm sleepy or I'm tired or something. So I started to practice that. So I now built a time. So at 9 o'clock every day, we had a very big field. I taught in a school. I served in the school, so we had a lot, and lot was inside the school compound. So the big field of the school, I was just at first I started afraid though, because in the night here you be hearing cook.
I know the first sound.
You don't know what is out there with all those trees, all those beds and everything that but I was like, anyway, I'm a child of God, nothing will happen to me, let me go. So I started to practice that, and almost I don't know when I will spend 2 hours.
Yes.
From 10 minutes to 1 hour, 2 hours. I have to tell myself, Deborah, it's okay. It's already almost 11:30, 12 o'clock. You can't be outside. We are going inside. Like, and it got to the point that I didn't even know my lodge mates were watching me. One of my lodge mates now had issues. She now came to meet me that she used to see me. I used to go out to go and pray, and that she used to hear me. I'm like,
wow.
That I'm on the field.
I'm settling things for my own life. You are listening to me. Wow. Of course, people know this and watch. Yeah.
So just like I should please join her in prayer for one certain issue and all that. I'm like, okay, no problem.
You will pray.
So he was the one that advised me. So the thing is that we're building that relationship. But at this point, one of the things I also prayed for at that period of my life was I needed a mentor. And it's not just a mentor, like a spiritual mentor, someone I could talk to. So before I went for service here, I had this opportunity to encounter someone I was actually eyeing. So I keyed into it, and I told him I was going for service here. He sat me down, told me things that I used to protect myself during service here. Like, he sat me down, spoke to me how I should use my service here, and also beyond using my service here, that coppers, there are some environments that don't really accept coppers. You just see them as people that they can use for community sacrifice, or you meet people that they just want to, this is their year, they just want to do rubbish, right? So in case any issue comes up, how I can protect myself, defend myself in that kind of situation, he taught me all of those things. So during the service here, one thing I also asked God for was, God, please, because I think before I went, by the time I came back from school, I told you that they called me in the Republic. Somebody sent my name to marriage committee. By the time I came back home, I came to come and meet that. I think I spent maybe just 1 week. That's how my pastor called me. Somebody has carried my name to MC. I'm like, is it like they were generally waiting for me to graduate and come back home? Because I'm not on that country.
I'm monitoring you.
In fact, there was one that my pastor was like, okay, that even though I think as at that time, I was about to turn 21. So, and my pastor was like, okay, so this person is older, even though I'm not yet the marriage committee age, that since the person is older, that they can, if I'm interested in starting the process, that they can tell the person to come and meet me. Like, pastor. And thank God my pastor there was like the father to me. I said, sir, I've not gone for NYSC. I've not done my master's. I'm not a spiritually strong. I'm not starting any process. Let the person wait.
Somebody is pursuing me. What happened? Even when I ask somebody to calm down.
I'm not starting any process, anything. Please, let the person wait. Wait for me. If the person is coming, go wait. I'm not starting any process. Let me go and come back. Because I was already getting confused. I hate confusion. Hi. Especially on this kind of matter that is very, 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 very sensitive. I think I'm not starting it. Like, please let the person wait. Let me go and save first. So so by the time I enter service year, so you can see that I was carrying plenty things into service year. So I said, God, well, I don't want to come out of this service year and be confused. I don't want to, especially in this area of marriage. I don't want to be confused though. Give me the name of the person that you say it's my husband. Story. I don't want wahala. Give me the name. I'm tired of confirm A, confirm C or whatever. Give me the name. And I actually set out time to pray. So when I don't have classes or I don't have because I also ran a program, a project management program during service day. So when I don't have those classes, I'm not reading for exam. I don't have classes I'm teaching or something or weekends. And though I was a leader, so I had to travel a lot too because I was serving in a region and the headquarters for leaders to meet in another place. I have to travel and all that. So when I'm not doing all of those things, I put myself in prayer, in word, in reading of books and all of that with one goal in mind. Build myself spiritually and also get clarity about this marriage issue. And the name, especially I wanted to get a name. So, but the truth is that by the time I was leaving service here, I was stronger spiritually, but I didn't have name. I didn't have name, but I just trusted God that okay. I just trusted God that I already got my answer or God was in control. Yeah. So by the time I got back, so all of this period, the way things were very smooth with us when I was in school between myself and brother, it was no longer smooth. So also during this period of prayer during NYSC, I called out my mentor. I said, and I told him, okay, sir, please, I would like to discuss something with you, sir. So, and I decided to be open with him. And I said, sir, there's this person, I'm praying about the issue of marriage and all that. And I'm trying to get clarity, get confirmations and all that. And that, and I brought up this Mr. A issue, and told him. So, thank God for this pastor, for this man, for this mentor. The questions that he asked me made me to know that not as in there is no fault from Mr. A. Everything is Deborah. So he asked me a question. He said, does he like you? I said yes. I said, do you like him? I asked him, do you like him? I might not be able to do the questions exactly, but I can just paraphrase and say a few. Do you like him? I said yes. Okay. So has he shown any intention of marriage or has he said okay? Not really, sir. Because he has only been there to help, to how I say.
Let me come in. Let me interject you at this point because I feel like this conversation is it's a very serious one, and a lot of ladies are probably going through this right now, or some ladies, right? Where you are. So this is just my personal opinion. I just feel like there are some people you shouldn't be too close to, especially when they are single and you are single. Like, even if they are helping you spiritually, right? There should be some lines they cannot cross.
Yes.
I think so, because
no, it's actually it.
Because
me,
for us as ladies, you see these things, they are the things that carry us away. When the person is over, I'm not saying you can't be close to somebody. I'm not saying you can't have a relationship with a guy or with whoever. But when the person is very, very, very close, you are now beginning to compromise on some of your own values and standards for that person. And they're still saying, oh, we are friends. Auntie, shut up, stop lying. You're not friends. You're not friends. So, somehow, something is building in your mind towards that person. Even if the person is not saying it that, okay, I want to marry you, but you somehow you will be in your closet or by alone. You'll be thinking about those things now. You'll be thinking about the conversation, how the person has even been doing extra mile. You two have been doing extra mile. Why will not they do like this? I know they like her. Seriously. And I think ladies should really be careful with these things, When again, I remember I was having a conversation with somebody, and then the person was like, hey, but how do you know? If you're not close to the person, how will you know it's the person? I'm like, you are killing yourself. You are killing yourself. Are you the one that will decide? Is it not okay? You're already putting yourself to the point that, okay, God, decide for me. When you are saying God should decide for me, then take your hands off the matter.
Exactly. Completely.
If you're saying God decide for me, God choose for me, don't bother. Yes, I know you want to do your checks. Yes, I know you want to try, be emotionally. Don't go too far. Don't go too. I know what I'm saying. I know why I'm saying this thing. Hey, okay.
Yeah. What you're saying is completely correct. So now, those times I was in school and I was really like overly close and all that, everything was actually out of naivety for my own self, right?
Yeah, there's some people that actually fall into this thing innocently.
And when I was going for service here, I locked up on any guy because I made up my mind. I said, I'm not getting close to even my husband, the person I got married to now. We're not the only thing that brought us together was because how did I even get his number? Okay, his number was on the admin I went for a YPF program, and so I was trying to build my CV for future. Like when I'm done with NYSC, I can start applying for jobs. So they had a program, and they're like, okay, so if after we've had this program, you still need assistance with your CV, call this admin number. That was how I got my husband's number.
Hey, admin, no, admin. Are you serious?
I'm telling you, that was how I got his number. I don't know him from Adam.
Baby, are you joking?
So it was through that program. So I needed to. They were like, okay, this is the admin. You need someone to either someone or the speakers, to be able to reach out to the speakers to help you with your CV or something. That was how I got my husband's number.
Hey, this God. Hey, this God.
The first level of conversation. So even when we were friends, or when we are about getting friends, there's nothing like calling. If for any reason I want to send a message or I want to call, it is either because of one maybe CV or one professional something, or nothing more than that, because I made up my mind after my experience with Mr. A. So it's not like, when I mean my experience, it's not like things that
you and your husband are coming back to this show. You and your husband are coming. Because how can you just get this up from WhatsApp at me, Jesus? Oh God. Are you serious?
So I'd already made up my mind. I tried during that service that I'm not getting close to any brother, whatever. I am not using any. I am not getting go. We see in church, hello, hi. I don't even collect number. The only number I had were people that I had responsibilities over. Because like I said, I was the mammy. So I was mammy of my region. I was mammy of the whole corpus for that state where I was serving. So I had that responsibility. I don't really know how to call people. But you see, when I got this responsibility, I had to learn.
I know.
So, brothers, if you say any brother, something on my phone, is the brothers I had responsibility over, right? So I had to call them, check on them, like find out how they're doing, and then give reports. So apart from that, I didn't get close to any brother, whatever. Do you understand? I did not do, because I somehow already learned my lesson. So I was trying to. I don't want to put myself in any confusing state any longer. So I cut off. So I even with brother A at that time, I said things were not, conversation was not even going as smoothly as before. So me myself, I intentionally reduced conversations with him. And then after I had this conversation with my mentor that was asking me questions, he was like, okay, so has he made any intention, or has he come to you to propose or something? I'm like, sir, no, he has not. So what now happened? He has not made any intention. He did not propose. He did not do anything. But that person made me to know that it's me that is doing myself, nobody else.
That you are the one behind your own troubles.
It's me, that is me, since he has not made any intention, he has not. So the fact that
But did
he has helped
you
he has
think?
helped spiritually to do this, to do that, help you to gain. He said, it's as in like that does not point to anything. That is me that is how like doing all this summary,
By yourself,
and
your mind,
summarizing it to be.
and doing it and getting leadings.
So, and now this is the part that I actually want many people who are watching this to actually understand. You have to be truthful to yourself. After I had that conversation with that man, if you know, that pastor did not say or paint it in my head that it is the fault of brother A, because he wanted me to actually reflect on my own thinking, my own motives for the things I was even doing, right? Even let's say I go to meet him. So why are you going to meet him? Okay, yes, you know that you want to get this, but are you sure it is only that thing that you actually wanted to get? The only explanation for this that you wanted to get. Do you understand? So by the time I went back and I thought about our conversation, I started begging God, though, have mercy upon me. Hey, God. So I started begging God, and I said, okay. So I now came from the point of, if he's the one, let him come and carry my name to MC, and then we'll now come and pray for confirmation if he's the one or not. So I took myself to that point. Do you understand? I took myself to that point. I ensured I was truthful to myself. I decided to be truthful to myself because it's my life. And if the big picture that I want for myself, I want to be able to achieve it. It is at this time that I have to be truthful and be real to myself. So, and from there, I started having conversations with other people. I started praying about other people, or I'm praying for the other people that carried my names, even though I don't know them, right? I don't know them. So I started praying for those other I started praying for those other ones, if they are the one or something. And there was a time I went back to Benin Republic, right? And there was there were 2 times I actually went. So I think one of the times I went, I prayed to God about this confirmation or something that because there was one other brother. After they told me about that, there was one other brother that I had in mind. So I said, okay, if it is this brother, let something come up that about marriage or something. So that was how the brother just called me. So that period, we're having a combined service at the campground over there in Benin Republic. So there was no fellowship on campus, so we all had to go there. So when I went, that was how that brother now called me and said, I think that marriage people or something are calling me. Yeah.
You were like, hey, this was what I prayed for, Jesus.
Even though I prayed for something like that, I didn't want. So I didn't have. It's not like I wanted the brother. I didn't want the brother, but then I still kept my mind open. So I went back. Knowing that they were calling me to come and at least just do knowing that the person they call to do interpretation. But like the person you are calling interpretation for, she can speak French, she understands French, so just speak to her. So then I said that they are calling me so that I can at least do a medical test to see if there's even a match. I said okay. And I asked them, who is paying for the medical test? They said, sister. Because in my mind, when I came for different things, I did not bring money for medical test. So if you are calling me that I should come and do medical test, somewhere.
Abby.
So when I told them, I said, okay, give up a test. That's who is going to pay for the test. They're like, this sister is not serious. So I just decided to keep quiet. There are 2 elderly people. That's the man that was asking me questions, the freshman that was asking me questions to come and do the test. And I said that I'm not serious. That they want me to do the test so that I would at least let them find out if there's even match or something. I did not do any test and I went back. Nigeria. So anyway, I continued my prayer. So I had a reason one way or the other to go back. I think yes, I think I was called for a speaking engagement, or so I can't remember, but I had a reason to go back. So when I went back, I told you that I was praying for these other people too, that I heard they are taking my names or something. So by the time I got back, as I just heard the brother that I was thinking it was the last time I came, that said, just told me that his wedding is something, something. Yeah,
I did not also want him before.
money, thank you, Father. I just marked that one out. So next set of people that we are praying for. So that was how boxes started ticking, actually. So by the time I was on with service year, and I got back to and I started working. So I was doing. So when you come back from service year, you're looking for a job up and down. But while I was looking for a job, it's one that does not look like this kind of job I want to do, I will still do it because I needed to get money to sustain myself at that time. And I was raising funds for also a project. So I just took what was available. So I was teaching in 2 schools at the same time. So Monday to Thursday, I was in a school. Sorry, Monday to Wednesday, I was in a school. Thursday, I was in another school. Friday, I only had Friday and Saturday to myself. So I was doing all of that. And I just saw, I think either on Facebook or on WhatsApp, Brother A was like in a relationship. Okay. I said, okay. So stylishly.
That should be on Facebook now. Like you uploaded it or something.
Yes. Wow. And then also on WhatsApp, you can just put it as your status. Not status. Description. Another place and say I am this, I am that. Yeah. There was no WhatsApp business then. It was just WhatsApp. So I think he also put it there. So stylishly, I teased him and like literally in a relationship with Jesus Christ. Anyway, he didn't respond straightforward. So, but I didn't press for that. I actually didn't press for that. So, but I actually got scared. I was scared because somehow, I told you I was already ticking boxes of like, okay, this one is good. We already know this one.
Let me ask you, Debbie. Did you at any point feel like maybe you should have asked him, or maybe brought up a conversation like asked him like,
okay, if he was like, are you going to get married to me or something?
Yeah, like, okay, I don't know, because what I'm asking, right? So again, this is like a conversation I've had, with some of my friends. It's really when you know that somebody's getting close to you, the person is very, very close, but the person is not talking about marriage or anything. Is it wrong to ask, like, what are we doing, or why are you being me?
Yes, it is not wrong to ask. So again, me, I didn't really understand what he meant. What it's really meant to define relationship. Do you understand? So I think if I had that understanding, I think I would have still found the courage to ask directly that how far, right? So I really didn't understand what it meant to define relationship and all that until I think during 7th year, where I got more exposed and I met different kind of people with different kind of mindsets, different kind of, when you go for service, you meet people from different kind of states.
Yeah.
I meet people with different kind of, do you understand? So I met with all those kind of people, and then immediately after service year, I started attending programs, conferences, so that I can get more exposed, right? And build up myself. Things that I felt like I didn't know. My eyes would be opened and all that. So I was still very young. So, and I was not exposed, right? So I'm not from that kind of family where you go out often and all that. I'm from a typical people life family, but I know that my parents loved me and they sacrificed everything for me to get the best. But I'm not I'm not even an outgoing person in the first place. And I think now I've changed. I cannot say I'm not an outgoing person.
The most high.
So then I didn't really know what it meant to define relationships. So my advice, I would say, is when you're already getting close, So when I got to know how it meant, what it meant to define relationship, from the beginning, I defined the relationship with my husband.
That's it.
My husband I got married to. From the beginning, I made him to understand that, come on, there's no from the beginning. I said, please, I'm just friends with you because I see that you're someone with value, right? And I'm looking for friends with value. And that is why I have decided to become friends with you. So, like I said, it started with getting a number from admin, right? It was the admin. And then I shared my CV for proofreading so that I can start sending my CV out and all that. So, but in our conversation, I started saying that this person was someone with value and had wisdom. And I had some other projects that I was into. So I was like, okay. So when I wanted to start bringing all those projects, I told him from the beginning, hey Joe, this
this is why we are here. Oh. Don't let us tell you.
It is not more than that. So that nobody will start getting one kind of this thing or the other. Wow. So that was so when I understood that, I started defining all those relationships. I started defining relationships, especially with the opposite sex. So because I didn't want to how do I say, get confused or whatever or anything about anything, right? So so I would advise, please, if you feel like someone is getting close to you and maybe you're not understanding how the relationship is going, or maybe you're not comfortable with how the relationship is going, please define the relationship, or even from the beginning, just define the relationship and ask like how far, what is going on. So I think that for that issue or for that case, please define the relationship, right? So back to Mr. A. So when I saw a relationship, I just teased him anyway and asked. So he didn't respond directly, but I kind of just let it go. But I still had that. I still had that small. How do I say? I had a little bit of fear. Like, are you sure? Maybe are you sure it's not with somebody else or something? But I was still hoping that maybe we carry my name to MC, and I'll hear that and I'll hear that he called. I was called by him. Yeah. So I was expecting, but one funny thing happened, and so the next thing I think I still met before this happened. I still met with him before this happened because one of our sisters got married. And I think she had to move immediately with her husband to another country. So and I think she was like the first in our fellowship that was getting married. Yes, she was. Yes, she was the first. So because she was the first, we're like, this is our. When I mean first of us, not like our leaders have gotten married at that time.
Most people.
Our leaders have gotten married, so we attended their wedding. So, but this was like our sisters, like our own members, ourselves and workers. So she was the first person getting married. We're like, wow, we're very supportive. So we went, and this was immediately after our own convocation or something. So we went, we all came, even though it was a distance, we should have tried, or many of us, we showed up and we went for the wedding. So that was where I met him last before what now happened. So I met with him. I tried to have a conversation, and it just didn't flow. So, but I didn't beat it too much, but I was still expectant anyway. So by the time we came back from that, that's how next thing just dropped Ivy. Bam. He said, "Did you
All better be handicap." What?
Yeah.
One bear already handicap.
Hey, oh my God.
What?
The Ivy, and I was like, wow. I saw the name.
Wow.
He's one of our sisters in the fellowship.
Hey.
And he's the twin sister of the sister that went to go and do a wedding in another place. Oh my God.
What better be handicap? It's so hilarious. Wow.
But you know, funny enough, do you know my reaction? Immediately I saw that IV, and he sent me that I was not pained, though. I felt relief. That's it. I felt relieved. I felt like a burden was lifted.
Thank you, Jesus, for this deliverance.
You got it. I felt free. But this is where many people actually miss it, and they feel like their life is over. They feel like they've been jilted. They feel like this is a hard thing that has happened to them and all that. Anyway, this could be somebody's reaction at first, but please don't let it be a defining thing for you. Right? For me, I think the reason why I felt relieved or my reaction was not like I was shocked, or I felt I was pushed aside.
Or use and done. Or led on. He led me on. That's the word they use. He said he led me on. Who led you on? You led me on,
and then he blocked me. But because the reason is because right from the beginning, you know, I said it, that I decided to be truthful to myself. Yeah. And I've gotten to that point where I know that, okay, me, I have my own faults, and I've agreed to my faults, right? And I know that, okay, anything I have done that has made me to put myself in this part, I decided to remove myself from that part and how I say, repent of it or come out of it and be truthful to myself. That is it that he really led me on, or I led myself on?
That's it. That is it.
So
apparently you led yourself on.
Do you understand? So because when I sat down to reflect, right, and I look back at all the things I did, all the things that we did together and all that and everything. So I'd already gotten to that point where I told myself the truth. Deborah, remove yourself. And you know, by the time I stepped back, do you understand? And I started seeing from another perspective. It was not, like I said, conversation was not now flowing too much like the way it was before. Because I started to put boundaries, and then he himself also. So at the point, he himself also said that one of the reasons why he was also a bit distant was he needed to reflect himself and pray and understand his life, understand where he's going to. Because he's not a young person. Do you understand? So he needed to be able to achieve things. And he has junior ones that are also looking up to him. So he can't be setting the wrong path.
And maybe that was why he never even talked about marriage with you. Maybe that was why he never even mentioned it. Because the brother is just like, me, I'm helping you spiritually, me, I'm just helping you to grow generally. And that's the way I'm helping other people too. You're not the only one I'm helping. So why are you taking it personal? Auntie Debbie, you I tell you, you fall our hand.
No, so
but that was also you in your naive stage, you know, in your innocence. And that is a lot of young ladies are actually going through this. Actually, it wasn't like maybe you did all of those things intentionally. And you know, there's this thing with emotions. It's crazy. That's why I used to tell anybody that comes to meet me. Sorry, I caught you. There was one lady who came to meet me some time ago who was talking, and then she was seeking for advice and all that. After she finished sending me the voice note, she was even crying in the voice note. First, I said, how old are you? 24. Auntie, please don't disturb my life. 24, you're already crying for a man. What is all this now? I'm not saying don't get married, whatever age you want to get married. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, can you calm down and get it right? Can you calm down and get it right? Somebody has not proposed to you. You are just friends. You are close. Not even the way that even you yourself as a lady, you have not set the boundaries. You didn't set the boundaries before. But now the person has now become close. Now you're now catching feelings. The person didn't even open his mouth to say, I want to get married to you. Then you are now saying he led you on. How? Wow.
So at this point, when I saw the IVMO, I was relieved though. I'm like, okay, another box ticked. Let's be moving on.
Next.
Let's move on.
Oh my God.
So now, this is the peak of the story,
Mm.
and because I think the first time when I shared this complete story to this point
Mm.
is the night to the ladies that came to do something like a mini shower, but I was not really interested in all those bridal shower thing. Even though someone wanted to sponsor it, I was not really interested. So and but I wanted to have my friends and some of those sisters so I could so we can talk, pray, and something. So they were the first set of people I shared the story with because they were. I think the person who was even hosting it was surprised, like, eh, is this the same thing that many people would feel like they've been cheated or they will cry their eyes out?
Yes, now.
Or
Yes, now.
and you are saying you were released and you moved on.
I feel like that is also the point of you being sincere with yourself. See, a lot of us like to deceive ourselves. I'm telling you. And do you know the other part of it is that when they're asking this, they will not tell the full story. They will tell it in such a way that they will make it look like it's the guy that was at fault. Tell us, be true to yourself. The guy did not say. Do you know I have a similar scenario, but in fact, I can't even say it in this conversation, right? Because that one is long. Funny enough, I attended the guy's wedding. When the guy was getting married, I attended the guy's wedding. Mary. Because I also came to call myself to order that this guy never opened his mouth to tell you he loves you or he wants to marry you. But I just felt like we're always talking. In fact, I was even picking his dresses for him. It was that bad. Like, do you understand when a guy is going to the market and he's like, oh, I want to get this dress. What color should I buy? I want to buy this shoe. What color should I buy? You know, this childish nonsense. That was one of the reasons why I had to disable CUG. We were talking. And so somehow I was already beginning to build that part, like, well, could it be the one? What's God saying? And it matched everything, you understand?
Like, especially when you have expectations and the brother is not.
This one was over and beyond the expectation. I'm like, do you know, at some point I was even feeling, are you sure this guy is not even too good for me? Do you understand? Like, he was that good. Hey, I just noticed that almost for like a year we didn't talk. I'm telling you. It started small. That was the time I called myself to order that, Mary, this guy that you want to kill yourself for, when last did you even talk to him? Like, we will be online. I will say that he's online, but we know the chats. It was that. So I just called myself to order, auntie, then maybe they don't go carry you handicap like they carry Deborah. I called myself to order. And that's the point of you being truthful to yourself. This guy does not want to. And do you know that sometimes these guys just want simple friendship, ordinary friendship, nothing more.
Exactly.
I know that sometimes some of the guys too maybe overdoing it. Some of them are just using you for emotional settlement and all that. Maybe when they have issues in their relationship, they're looking for somewhere to cry or somewhere a shoulder to cry on another. And your own shoulder is available, broad chest woman. You put your own shoulder, the guy cry. He cry, finish, he move on. Why are you blaming the guy? When the guy was getting married, I attended the wedding and I was very happy for him. Like, I was very happy for him because till today, maybe this is my first time I'm even talking about it openly like this, because I'm like, there's no big deal. Because don't kill these brothers. And any single lady that is watching this show, hear this. If you don't want to continue shooting yourself in the foot, if you don't want to continue to feel emotionally stressed and used, and don't bother, don't kill yourself. If you are saying God should undo this thing for you, then let God do it His way. Let God do it His way. Stop using your head to add 1 + 1, 1 + 2 together. Only when the person has not said anything. Don't.
Yes. If the person has not said anything, please, at this point, just if you feel like things are getting too close, you have to sit down and ask yourself questions and answer them truthfully to yourself.
I tell you.
And then you have to understand what is really important for you. I think one thing that saved me or one thing that helped me was what was important for me was doing God's will. Ensuring that I was on the path that was pleasing to God. Because if that was not important for me, I think we would have gone further than what we did. Back then, we would have even reported ourselves to
I get
ourselves to discipline. We actually did subject ourselves to discipline. So I don't think we would have even gone ahead to do that. Do you understand? So in everything, what was key for me was ensuring that am I in the will of God? Am I doing the right thing? Do you understand? So if you feel like things are getting closer or you're not getting clarity or you feel like feelings are beginning, emotions are beginning to fly up and down and all that, please, there's nothing wrong in taking a step back. Or like Mary will say, calm down. Ask yourself questions and be true. Don't people lie. See, if you want to lie to anybody, but don't lie to yourself. You feel that you will do yourself at the end of the day. Please don't even lie to anybody. But please don't lie to yourself. Please don't lie to yourself. Be true to yourself because it will help. Until today, in fact, I would have attended Brother A's wedding, but I fell sick, so I could not attend. In fact, if I had gone, I would have caused problem for them at the wedding. Thank God I did not even go. Because
are you serious?
As in, I was sick to the point that I was sick. I started as a small something. So the wedding was Friday, Saturday. So I'd already planned to go. I told my mom because my mom knows about us so well and knows how close we are. There's no conversation I'm talking about when I come back from school that you know your brother is me. So I was supposed to go on Thursday travel on Thursday so I can assist on Friday for the engagements and all that, then attend wedding and all. Wednesday like this, like I just started feeling as in I was hot, temperature. I was like, okay. So I just sent a message to the wife to be, since I knew her, she was my friend. So I sent a message to the wife to be that I'm sorry, I'm supposed to come on Thursday. But the way I'm feeling, I don't know, I really can't say. So maybe if I don't come on Thursday, maybe Thursday evening or Friday morning, I'll try to come. So I thought it was a small, this you just feel sick. So you just feel sick in the morning and you run temperature, then you just take paracetamol and you're fine. Throughout Thursday, I think I even took injection. I was wearing socks, covering my body. I was still saying I would try to go on Friday.
And sit down. God is telling you I don't need you in that way.
I want to show my support or to show that I don't feel bad, as in like I'm happy for this wedding. Right? And to see him happily married to who he wants to spend the rest of his life with and all that. I couldn't go. In fact, I even slumped. I slumped. I slumped either on Thursday or Friday. No, it should be on Friday, either Friday or Saturday. I slumped. I couldn't go for it. I was like, okay, maybe God don't want me to go. I'm staying in my house. I'm not going anywhere. But I was very happy. Till today, I still have conversations with the wife. I still even call him pastor. I still call Brother my pastor. Because he actually is. So he has 2 kids now. He has children now. And happy they're doing well, still in conversation. If he comes to visit or I go to visit, or if I have any reason to, I'm good, right? Even for my wedding, he came for my wedding.
Wow.
But the wife couldn't come because she was pregnant at that time. So she couldn't come for the wedding. And that first trimester for some people is always very wonderful. So she couldn't come, and she even called to apologize and say that she couldn't come. But he came for my wedding. So I feel like for you to be able to say that you can still have conversations. But one thing before I say this, I want to say that when I hear people say that they can't go back to their when I mean go back to their I'm not going to have another relationship or something. But I mean keep conversations, right? Keep conversations with them so I just asked myself that how did the relationship end with this?
Yeah.
What made it what made the relationship to it in the first place? And is it something that needs a deep reflection, or you think about it and can there be like a form of settlement? Because yeah, I know that there are some people that you just need to completely cut off from, right? But why are you completely cutting off from them? Is it because they are not in line with your beliefs, or beliefs are totally completely completely different from yours or something? But when it comes to this area of marriage, what made the relationship to end? What caused the breakup or something? And is it something that you yourself you need to reflect on yourself and see, is there something that you contributed to it, or and then you need to just clear off from it? So I think for me, what made me to be able to still be to have this decision or still have a relationship with ex is the fact that right from the beginning, I decided to be truthful to myself. I decided to be truthful to myself and take my own blame for myself, and um, how do I say, responsible for whatever contributions I also did.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Wow. I enjoyed myself. There's a lot to learn. In fact, I feel like this whole episode is even beyond if you can still be friends with, who was in a relationship with you or not, because we didn't even flog that. It is this episode, I'm going to title it, What Every Single Lady Must Learn or Must Know. Every Christian single lady should know this. They should know this. It is very compulsory, because these are things that people, shy away from. And I know that, again, when it comes to relationship conversation, most times we are very quick to shift the blame on the guys. We are very quick to shift the blame on the guys. It's always the guy's fault. It's always the guy's fault. It's always the guy leading you on. Have you even thought of you as a lady even leading the guy on? Because, yeah, that also happens.
Yeah.
So why are we always quick to say, hey, it is the fault of the guy? Like when I talk to people about the relationship I've been in, relationships, it's been 2 relationships I've been. When I tell people, I used to say, because we had our good times, right? We had the good times. We had the times when we were saying, I love you, I want to stay with you for the rest of my life. We had those times. So I'm not going to shy away from the fact that we had the really good, very, very good days. And still we had the bad, very, very bad days where we know that, okay, you know what? I can't do this. I can't deal with this. So I cannot move on. So I don't like it when people are talking about exes and they're making it look like, this person is a devil. He's a devil. You are also in the relationship. When the guy is also saying it, the guy will also say, even you too, you are the devil. So you are saying he's the devil. He is saying you are the devil. Who is the devil? Who do we believe? Hey, God. Wow, thank you so much, Deb, for sharing. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm so
grateful. Thank you also for this platform, and that gives people to be able to share their stories and all. Thank you so much for inviting me in.
Thank you so much. God bless you. God keep your marriage. Like I said, please let me tell Mr. Olujobi, hey, that you and your husband are coming back to this channel. So come and tell us how from a WhatsApp admin. Hey, God. I'm telling you the truth. So it was WhatsApp admin. Let me go and check the admins of the groups I'm in. Let me go and check the admins that are single. And especially in those YPF groups, let me go. Oh my God, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Do have a
thank you so much. I enjoyed hearing this story. Yeah. Bye.
Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen. Wow. That was such a story. Like if you listened or if you watched to this point, then I need to say thank you. So if you watched the beginning, you would hear that, I'd introduced to say, oh, can you still be friends with your ex and all that? But apparently the line of conversation has gone in a different dimension. And trust me, see, I'm not even going to edit it because this is how the Holy Spirit wants it. And I'm going to leave it just like that. Because there's a lot to learn from David's story, especially if you are single. If you are single and you are trusting God to help you in the area of marriage, to sort you, leave it to God. Let God do it. Stop trying to help God. Okay? Stop trying to help God. Please. I don't even know why I'm saying this. In fact, truth is, I never thought I would be talking about this today, sincerely. But I love the way the conversation went. I love how it flowed. So I'm just leaving it to be this way. Let God do what he will do and stop trying to help God. Stop adding 1 + 1 together. Okay? And stop thinking in your mind, in your head, because somebody is close to you, the person has not opened his mouth to say, I want to marry you. You people have not had any conversation around it. You've not had any conversation. He's not promised you any marriage. He's not proposed. But you're already having in-laws, sister-in-law, mother-in-law, father-in-law. You're already going to bring their family to their family house to go and be cooking in their parties. Okay, I greet you. My darlings, I love you so much. Thank you so much for coming. The essence of this channel is actually for us to be able to share stories, life stories, lifestyle, relationship, marriage, so that we can learn. Okay, so that we can learn. And I'm happy we really had to do this. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for staying to this point. Please do remember to subscribe. Remember to subscribe and please share with your friends. Turn on your notification so that you don't miss the next episode I'm going to drop. Okay, ensure that you also drop a comment. I want to see your comment. What did you learn from this episode? Did you get something new? Do let me know what you did. Thank you so much, everyone. Do have a great day, morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is you're watching. Do have a great day and continue to let God lead you in all of your decisions. Bye.